into a habitat for us. After which time, like a virus asserting itself, our tiny little building grows, and perfect, I'm already a plague on the planet. So to be the ideal Astroneer, there's two things we've got to do. First, we need to expand our base, and we need to take up all the planet's beautiful resources. And then maybe when we're done, we can go up to this planet here, or maybe those planets. Don't worry, you big beautiful rocks in the sky, we're coming for you. So here's our starting cubes, the basic building blocks of what we need to get started, of which first we've got the oxygenator. This is gonna generate beautiful oxygen for us via this lovely tether that you can see going from me to the base. But to make it work, we gotta plug the thing in. Thankfully, you can pick up things in this game really easy, and apparently move them all over the place with your mind powers. Or if you're not a wizard, hold it in your bare hands. And if you look under the machinery, you'll see these two little sockets. Wander on over to the side of our base, and you'll see a nice place to put it. There it is, all content in its new home. Totally oxygenating. Meanwhile, we've got these two other crates, one of which is this starting platform, which once we unpack it, you can see that it also has a bunch of those sockets. I'm gonna go ahead and put you right... There we go, perfect. And look at this, something to put in it. This here is our medium printer, which has got those two little sockets, so let's go ahead and put this thing in its new home. Ta-da! It's beautiful. Now through this thing we can make all kinds of items, like a larger printer and a research chamber, but we can't print these things just yet because we need to get these components. Stuff like resin and compound, which are things we can make by plundering the planet of its resources. But you might be wondering, how can we get those resources? Well, I'm glad you asked. Behold, my terrain gun thing. With this little thing we can run right over and just start sucking up resources, as well as terraform the planet. Just suck up all those resources. Watch as they go into the gun forever. Okay, cool. If you check out my backpack now, not only am I filled up on whatever this material is, but it's popping out of the top of my backpack, as well as every orifice of my gun. Thank God there's so many ways to collect resources. So now we have plenty of compound. Okay, let's make ourselves a large printer. Huh, doesn't seem to be printing. Oh, it's because I need to give it power, which means we just take this little cable plug here and just go ahead and plug it in just like that. Each platform has 4 of these power cables. I mean, you only need to connect one, but I'm not gonna miss a chance to make something hideous. So let's do our part and connect all 4. Looking excessive. Oh yeah, there we go. Print my dreams into reality. Oh, and then gift wrap them for me. Thanks. You stay right over there for now. We're also gonna make a large platform to go with it, but first we need to pick up some resin, which I think I see way in the distance here. I believe this is it, that thing that looks like mac and cheese. Don't be shy, Earth Vacuum. Get in there and get it all. I can also pull my backpack off and get a better look, although it leaves my guy looking weirdly naked. But hey, yep, that's resin all right. And put that enriched pasta to good use. So here's another thing we have to worry about. You see my little glowing tether there? If I get too far away, it disappears. And that's when you can see my oxygen meter slowly going down. And if that runs out, I think we all know what happens. Thankfully, there's always fresh astronauts to take their place. So to solve this oxygen problem, we can just extend the tether. To do that, we can build stuff right off of our backpack. In this case, a bunch of tethers. All it takes is a little compound, and ta-da, a whole bundle of tethers, which I can then add to the landscape. And as long as I'm connected to these things, I'm always getting oxygen, which I'm sure you can see where this is going. And if you didn't, I'm sure you do now. At least nearby the base, anywhere you walk is gonna find itself connected to a tether. You like oxygen? Cause you'll get it. Here we have our modern art. I call it Spider-Man hates mac and cheese, or loves it too much. I also like it because if it gets dark out, we're gonna have no trouble finding our base, since all these tethers are nice and glowy. And I've got even more tethers strapped to my back, because what if I want to go out into those trees, where I see some plane debris? Well, that's no problem, we just drop tethers as we go. Hello, wreckage, and what might you be? What is this, like a space sailboat? Salvage, huh? Well, I don't really know what to do with this yet, so for now we'll just go ahead and put it on top of our base with everything else. Oh, speaking of, my large platform finished printing. Let's also put that up here. And unpack, and then let's print another large platform. Okay, so I discovered something pretty interesting. If you take a box and just hover it in the air like this, then drop it down and quickly open it, it just stays up there. Well, let's see if I can get it some power. Perfect. Now let's take my large printer, and let's give it its new home high in the sky. Well, I think I know how this base is gonna go. Okay, that seems like a good start, doesn't it? Connect this one here. This guy goes right here. And land up here. And there we have it. A very normal space base. I like to call it the space nest. Well, now that this exists, we gotta find some stuff to put on all these platforms. And for that, we're gonna have to unlock some stuff. So if we pull out our backpack, we've got something along the edge the game calls the research catalog, which is where we unlock a bunch of stuff. And boy, are there a lot of different things. To unlock stuff, we have to use something called bytes. And currently, we have 0. So here's how we get bytes. We run around the landscape looking for stuff like this. Ah, a research sample. I shall hold and scan it for bytes. Cool, we did it. But it's not just those little clown hats, there's other stuff too. Like this lovely fellow. Compatible with research chamber. Ah, geez, where's that in my tablet? Ah, research chamber. Already unlocked. Don't worry, little guy, we're gonna give you a good home. Oh, look at that, it's printing it right onto that platform. How doubly convenient. And let's get you researched. I believe this means it's gonna get me a cool 400 something bytes at a record pace of 12 bytes per minute. That's fine, you just do your thing. We got plenty of things to keep us occupied. For example, let's do some exploring. Surely we'll find something interesting out here, right? Like, what's this beauty over here? Looks like a piece of a rocket ship. Well, first let's tether it off, like it's some kind of archaeological dig site. And now let's dig it up. Oh yeah, it's just like Jurassic Park. You remember that scene in Jurassic Park when they delicately revealed like a rocket thruster? Can I get rid of trees too? Oh, that's a big ol' yes. Well, looks like we got 2 goals here now. One is to get rid of all the trees that have probably been here untouched for generations. Ooh, and look what we got. A new specimen. Oh, we got a couple of specimens actually. Okay, I think we're almost good. I think we've almost freed the thing. I am definitely in the right position for when this thing falls. I stand corrected. I think no matter what I do, the thing floats. Can I hop inside? The answer is yes. And it has a thing I can take back. Cool. Quite the haul we got here. Ugh, do I have to carry them all the way over there? Can't I just unlock this buggy now? Like, how do I get aluminum? According to the game's built-in Astropedia, aluminum is a refined resource, which means we're gonna have to make it, which I believe we can do by building this smelting furnace. And look at that, it only costs 250 bytes to unlock. So let's do it. And print. Ta-da! Okay, thank God I can use everything from all the way down here. Okay, now we've got a smelter. For all our refining, melting and burning needs. So I've learned that aluminum here is made out of something called laterite, which is my understanding that we can find some of that underground. You know what? Why didn't I try this earlier? This seems like the first thing I would have tried to do. Oh, looks like we found something. In we go. Ugh. So let's see, what do we have over here? Ah.
Make me mac and cheese. Make me mac and cheese. Make me mac and cheese. Make me mac and cheese.
Yeah, we have the pan available for mac and cheese.
Ah, poker chips. Laterite, aluminum material. Just what I've always wanted. Literally a jackpot. Oh boy, I'm so excited. Oh right, I gotta unlock the thing. I don't want to go pick up all those things I left over there for research. Can't I just research these little things progressively over time? Wait, found my salvation. A closer by research item. And in you go. So I added more research platforms to this madness, but I can't stop now. Not when I don't know how high we can build yet. Huh, you know? I think we might be running out of power. I think that's what the flashing red means. All right, let's page through the almanac. Ooh, look at this. A solar array. Oh, and look at this. A wind turbine. Well, those things seem to be blown in the wind. I say we go with wind turbine. Now we just need to find glass and ceramic, which I believe are based off clay and quartz, which we can find somewhere around here. I mean, I feel like clay would be like in the mud, right? I mean, eventually. Or it could just open up into a cavern. Okay, I'm not seeing any clay yet, but who's to say we won't find it if we just keep digging? Or it could just give way to another cave. Well, I guess now we just need to know know how far this goes, don't we? Still going further down. And anytime I think I'm gonna find clay, I'm sorely mistaken. Sphalerite, huh? For zinc? Well, I'm sure I'll need that too. I like knowing that anyone that's played this game before is probably like, no, this is not how you get clay. Or like other people are like, I'm gonna dig to the center of the earth just to see what's there. And I'm like, I really need this for my pottery class so I can make some sweet ceramics. Still looking for that clay. I did find this though. Copper? Well, as always, I'm sure this will come in handy too. The plot thickens. I've been drilling down and down for about an hour now. Still haven't found any clay or quartz. Oh my god, I found some clay down here. The journey was worth it. All I had to do was believe. You know what? I think I've stumbled upon something here. So what are you? Looks like it affects gravity, I can tell you that much. This is getting weirder and weirder. I guess here we are in the core of the planet. It looks like there's something going on down there, but I can't get to it. So for now, we're just gonna head back to the surface and worry about this later. But hey, at least we can dig to the core of the planet. Okay, well that's one mineral down. What a fruitful endeavor this was. So let's take this clay, shove it in the smelter up here, and it looks like it's constructing something beautiful for me. We'll just let that thing work while we go find some quartz. Found it. Turns out it was just below the surface, and there we go. Beautiful quartz. Shove it up in this machine, and there we go. Although strangely enough, I realized this little tier symbol here, those items are made with a small printer, which I can make right off of my back, and it just kind of sits on the ground. Let's just plug it in, and finally it's wind turbine time. Look at the machine putting its hips into it. Ta-da! Okay, let's just attach this anywhere we can. Now to make 8 million more of them. Okay, there we go. Isn't that something? Especially when everything stops spinning. You know, as much as I like how this looks, I feel like there's so much more we could be doing. I mean, look at all that space up there. But first we need to build this, a small canister, which attaches right onto our gun. And now when I'm over here tearing up the planet, this little canister is holding onto the soil for later use. And that's when the fun begins. Because instead of digging down, now I can build up. And now we're gonna use this to finally see up higher in our base. You can just like build under me and keep going higher and higher. I wonder how high we can go. Okay, so far so good. You can see the base down there, and also the horizon of the planet. Wow, we're really high up here, aren't we? Well, no reason to not keep going. Oh my god, we're still going. It's getting dark. It's hard to get an angle, but you can vaguely see the base down there. But there's something else we can see up here called the vastness of space. I do appear to be squaring off with some planets though, and also if you look over at the horizon, there's some weird stuff out there. Okay, we're at about half a canister of terrain remaining. Okay, and that's the end of that. There are like rockets and stuff that we can use to get into space. It is pretty darn cool that we can do this though. You know, it is pretty windy up here, and sunny in its own way. This gives me an idea, but we need to head back to the surface first for a nice soft bone-crunching landing. Okay, so I've got kind of an idea of what we should do next, and it does involve heading back up, just this time with a little more precision-ish. All I'm gonna do is just spend a little time making a lovely little spiral staircase, which definitely isn't gonna take me a million years. Almost there. Almost there. Okay, so I brought oxygen up here. We have another setting besides down and up. We can actually level out things. So we're gonna make this a nice, smooth-ish ground. That's gonna act as an extension of our base. And now that we've got this platform built, we need to go down and get some supplies. And I can think of no easier way than this. Oh, here's a better view of the thing I made, my space corkscrew. This is really only half the journey, because now we need to make a bunch of large platforms. There's probably a way easier way to do this, but hey, I never claimed what I'm doing is smart. Okay, this part's done. Now to get another shipment in the form of these beautiful windmills. We'll all be, there really is wind in space. And now that I've plugged everything in, everything looks amazing. Unless the wind stops blowing. That's okay, I've got one more idea. So there's one other thing we can unlock. Solar power. It only takes 3,750 bytes, so I figure we can unlock it. Okay, now we've got a giant interstellar platform here with two types of very vulnerable sources of power. Either the wind needs to blow, or the sun needs to be out. Now you might be wondering, how are we gonna get that power down there? For that, we're gonna unlock a lovely little item called extenders. They're basically extension cords. Okay, here goes. Plug that in there. We're just gonna run like 100 extension cords. Oh, wait a minute, can I put these things along the side? Oh yeah! And before you know it, almost all the way back to the planet. We did it! Power being pulled from this never-ending extension cord that goes all the way up to space. All that to say, our power needs are probably finally met. So you know what it's time for? It's time to unlock the buggy. Oh god, I'm so excited. Ta-da! Let's go have an adventure. Oh, it needs a seat. Ah, there it is, rover seat. Okay, you got it. Just put that on here. Install it sideways. Cool.
No! If you want that thing, then it's done backwards.
Oh no, really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Ah.
You like it?
Cool. Now I'm really ready for an adventure. Oh my god, can you imagine riding in a buggy sideways? Don't forget, the whole point of doing this, all of this, was just so I didn't have to carry these things back manually, which I still might have to do, because I don't think there's space on this thing. Let's see, can I just, like, put it on... Ah, yes, that's very useful, thank you. I'm glad the game even allows this. You can just chill where the driver's seat's supposed to go. Okay, friends, hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, let's see what else we can do here. Ooh, a trailer? That sounds promising. Very promising. Oh, and there's a power connector, which doesn't appear to connect anywhere on my little vehicle. I think it's meant to connect to this thing, the tractor. Unlock, and build, and open. Oh, see, there we go. Now we just connect this over like that. Oh, well, this is fun. Can I add more trailers? Only one way to find out. Oh, yeah. Before we all get too excited, yes, there's a limit, and it appears to be 3. After that, it just won't let you connect. What about platforms? Can I put platforms on here? Well, not officially. Unofficially, though, looks like it's coming with us all the same. Just gotta take those turns kind of lightly. Okay, and here we are, somehow in one piece. Just put you on here, and you on there. Isn't that great? No problems at all. Finally. I never thought we'd get these things researched. Hey there, it's Josh. Welcome back to Let's Game It Out. We're checking out Sim Airport today, where it's our job to make and manage all the inner workings of an airport. So pack your bags, leave your tray tables down on takeoff and landing, and let's create some mile-high mayhem. Obviously, we're gonna go with Sandbox.
Let's see what you need.